Hey everybody, it's another 4 a.m. review. How you doing? Trying to do this real quick before I go to work because I was at a work conference last week in Las Vegas, kind of threw my schedule off a little bit. Here we go. The Magic Flute from Sweden by Ingmar Bergman, 1975, because we've done three Swedish films and they've all been Ingmar Bergman. The Magic Flute is actually, oh, I hope I'm not about to be embarrassed on the internet, a German opera written by Mozart. Uh, this version was translated into Swedish, and of course, since it is a stage to film adaptation, there are some changes. I don't know all of them. I just know that there are some. I have. This is my first time watching an entire opera. It was a new experience. I've seen a lot of musical theater, and what I can determine the difference being is in musical theater, the songs aid the plot in moving along, and in opera, the plot gives the music something to sing about. Uh, because it really is about, it's more about the music than a musical ever is. This particular one, the way they shoot it is similar to the Shakespeare play that we had previously, where, first of all, the opening sequence, I'm sorry, Ingmar, kind of sucks because it's the 8 minute overture, and while we listen to the overture, we just get close ups of faces in the crowd of people watching it, generally with neutral expressions as they're listening to the music for 8 minutes, which is not very visually interesting and does not maintain the focus. Anyway, the movie itself kind of moves back and forth, not rapidly, but between it being a camera pointed at a stage where this is being performed and the camera actually being in the set and it's actually a full three-dimensional world, right? So they shot some of this on a stage and then they shot some of it on location, and they kind of meld the two ideas very well so that the movie doesn't let you lose track of the fact that you're watching a play, but it also doesn't detract from the story and music by maintaining that play facade. So it kind of just becomes a regular movie, but it's also a play. There's a fun bit during intermission where you actually see the actors backstage relaxing or pacing or playing chess or whatever in between the two acts, which is fun. As for the story, this was my first exposure to the Magic Flute. I've heard the name. The Magic Flute is basically a sword and sandals low fantasy story, right? It's done very rapidly because clearly the story is not the focus of an opera. The music is, because the story is very much, oh, hi, Prince. Listen, there's a kidnapped princess over there. Could you go rescue her? Here is your magic item, and here is your comic relief sidekick. Go. Um, but I like sword and sandal sorcery and low fantasy settings. I enjoy those stories. So the story here is fun and fine. And I do like how the filmmaking cuts between a play and an actual environment. That said, I don't think opera is for me. Near the end, this was really a struggle to stay awake through, and I was just watching it like not late at night or anything, but it was a struggle to stay awake near the end. The issue that I have, the part where I can't really connect is, let's say the last line of a song is something like "and love will find the way," right? So they'll sing "and love will find the way," and then they'll sing it like six more times without changing it at all, just without changing the words or meaning. They just change the notes around like six times. Normally in a musical, you might get it twice for emphasis and then move on. But again, this is about showing off the musicality and less about the story. So you're just sitting there for like 2 minutes as they sing "Love Will Find a Way" over and over and over. I've never had like a strong connection to music. Music is not what feeds me, stories are. So, opera may not be my thing. I think the film was well made, but it's still a, a Swedish translation of a German opera. So, should you watch this movie? That's up for you to decide. Now, this is credited as being one of the best film adaptations of an opera ever. So, if you're not sure if opera is for you and you don't know if you want to go sit in an opera and actually watch it, this might be the best way to test the waters for yourself. Anyway, next time, number 72 in the Criterion collection, Le Million by René Clair, directed by, I say by, and it's directed by, just from France from 1931, so we're going way back. I'll see you there. I gotta get ready for work. Thank you for watching.